Did you know that NXL events also function as an industry trade show? And you, the player, have the ability to buy whatever paintball gear you need from these events. What's up, guys? It's Scotty here with Will Ball for Soup, and this is a walkthrough of the vendor village at the NXL Sunshine State Major. I hit pretty much every major booth of the event and found some really cool stuff I want to share with you guys. Before we get into what I found at these booths, I have some money-saving tips for everyone. First off, bring cash. These guys don't have to deal with card fees. They want cold, hard cash. You're gonna get the best prices for gear if you're giving a cash offer. The next step is to make your moves on Sunday. These vendors don't want to travel home with all this inventory, so you're doing them a favor by taking it off their hands by buying on the last day of the event. We're starting this journey at the infamous Push and Powerhouse booth. I was really impressed that they had such a giant presence at this trade show. One of the new things that popped up here were these Freak XL backs. Infamous Pro DNA used to have the tips. Those sold really well, the Silencio tips, and they've expanded their line to include a Silencio infamous back. Next, we're moving on to the FieldOne booth, and there they were showcasing all of the new FieldOne Force Dynasty Player Edition anodizations of their markers. Nothing new or groundbreaking, but for this year, the Dynasty players got to choose a new color scheme for their forces, and these things look great. And now we're moving right along into the Virtue booth. Virtue is one of those companies that is known to make amazing deals at these trade shows. So if you're a Virtue sponsored team and you don't want to pay for shipping or taxes or stuff like that, hit up the Virtue booth with cash and they will honor their sponsorship deals with you at the booth. My team took advantage of that in the past and it was amazing. Trade My Gun has been around for a while, and you guys know the deal. If you want to upgrade your marker, or if you just want to get cashed out, take them your gun and they'll make you an offer on it. This booth was really busy. There were tons of people coming in and out making gun deals, and I hope everybody ended up with what they wanted. I definitely saw some stunning markers at this booth, and you know, I was kind of tempted to do something, but I'm gonna stick with the GO3 for now. The social paintball booth was jam-packed with a ton of awesome paintball gear. It wins my award for like most impressive booth because they had a little bit of everything. I found some really wacky and cool stuff in there, like those JT orange tanks, or some JT hats, or a DVD about the history of paintball. This social paintball booth honestly had more paintball gear than most pro shops that I've been to. So shout out to Social for bringing everything there. I kind of inquired for pricing on a couple things, but it was a little bit out of my range, so I didn't buy anything. But hopefully you guys found some cool stuff, like anything you need to play paintball, from like pads to tank covers. They have all the accessories ready to go for you at the event. I was a little disappointed to see that MacDev did not have the new XDR to check out. I'm actually really excited about that marker. The $850 price point included with all of those features is perfect. However, I did get to check out the Prime XTS and have a very interesting off-camera conversation with Damian Ryan. I'm not allowed to elaborate on that one. Mason's PB is a competitor to Trade My Gun, and they brought it to this event. I saw some very rare and desirable markers there, a couple of twisters, some CSLs, private labeled geos, and on top of that, they also had accessories like barrel kits and loaders and triggers. Mason's PB has really stepped it up with expanding their inventory, and this was a full service booth. How it works, you obviously have something to trade in, they'll offer you cash, maybe a little bit more cash if you want to trade for something they're buying there, maybe a little less cash if it's straight cash. Obviously these guys have to make a little bit of money on your trade, so it's not going to be top dollar, but they're not going to lowball you like GameStop. So shout out to Masons for being very hospitable to me when I came through to chat them up and letting me film this clip. HK had a booth at this event as well, and they were showcasing the new laser barrel system. I haven't shot this thing myself, but I do have high hopes for it. They also had tanks, loaders, masks, backpacks, traveling gear. Everything you need from HK is at the event. The dye booth really didn't have anything new, but it was kind of cool to see some pro jerseys for sale, as well as custom anodized M3 Plus markers, as well as some DSRs. The Shocker and Lux booth was one of the highlights of my Vendor Village walkthrough. I got to spend some time on camera with Russell as he went over all of the changes and features of the new Lux TM40. They also had the Shocker amp in some awesome anodization schemes. There was some new laser engraving that they were showing off, as well as one that was in the Bonsai Splash. If I was gonna buy any marker at this event, it was gonna be the Bonsai Splash. But I'm broke as a joke, so I held off. But it was awesome to spend some time with actually somebody who works at Shocker Paintball to tell me everything that went into the TM40. I have high hopes for that platform.